Mm. Well, hello. Didn't see you there. This is Le Fifth ScooterRay bringing y'all another quick tag. This time on NXT. We are on the road to Roadblock, which is the final stop before staying in the level. Yeah, bars. All right. Shows opened up last week. Wesley was saying, "Hey, I'm doing the open challenge for the North American Championship. I'm opening the show. Whoever wants it, me." So the show opens up. Wesley is inside the ring. Everybody in the locker room dueling so they can get to the ring. And it looked like at one point Dabba-Kato was going to be the one. Nah, Apollo was like, "Nee." He kind of jumped out of nowhere, "Nee," and boom. But it ended up being the returning Nathan Frazier. Uh, they put on a pretty good match, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought Nathan was gonna take that belt. He was returning. I know him and Wes had that little rivalry kind of type of thing. So I thought he was gonna get that belt up off West, but nah, he hit that cardiac kick. Eventually in the match, boom, 1, 2, 3. West is still champ. So I guess we'll see. I would not be surprised if they do some type of multi-man match and stand and deliver for his belt. It wouldn't surprise me. Of course, maybe a ladder match, but it would surprise me. Wouldn't be a tag video or a quick tag without the patented scoop yawn. Um, Next up, we get Briggs and Jensen versus Ender Shear. Ender Shear. Of course, you know Jinder Mahal is now with Ender Shear. Um, Jensen is a little on the downs because him and Kiana haven't been seeing eye to eye. You know the whole Kiana and Fallon women's tag champ. Uh, Jensen and Kiana so-called dating. Things been a little chaotic between those parties. So he was a little just out of it. Unfortunately, it proved a downfall. Shear gets the dub, and they challenged the Creed brothers to a six-man tag. The Roadblock and Nate was like, "How about you find yourself a partner?" And let's fast forward later in the show. They go back to Damon Kemp, and they was like, "Damon, we don't like you. You don't like us, but you know how to win. You know what you're doing. How about you be our partner for the match?" And Damon was like, "Wait, you saying we're gonna get the band back together?" He was like, "Duh, nope." And right when he said that, Braun comes from the other side. "Hey, y'all helped me when I went against Gender. I'll be y'all's partner." So there you go. The Creed Bros, Braun Breaker versus Ender Shear next week at Roadblock. Gigi comes out, speaks her piece, and basically saying she's gonna run that fade to JC next week at Roadblock. So that was basically that. Chase U had a segment. Duke was apologizing to Thea about the way he was kind of acting, and then while Andre Chase was about to get ready to say talking about the greatest factions, Schism pops up on their little TV, has a bunch of these cryptic messages saying, y'all should join us, Andre Chase, that's that BS anyway, all that stuff. Of course, Chase gets pissed off about it, how he does his cussing things out and cussing people out. And he was saying he gonna beat up Joe Gacy on Roadblock. Um, the final boss, which is one of the best wrestling nicknames ever. The final boss, Mako Satomura, went against Zoe Stark. You know Mako wasn't gonna lose knowing she got a title shot next week. And I forgot what the name of Mako's finisher is, but it's still pretty. That step up axe kick that she does. Mwah, chef's kiss. Double chef's kiss. But she gets the dub. Um, Once again, Mako, Roxanne next week. Roadblock. Dijak has his little moment because he's responded to the challenge Tony D, and they're going to have them they call it a jail cell match or a prison cell match where it's supposed to be no DQ to whatever, whatever, but eventually somebody is supposed to get locked into a prison cell and that's the one who loses or a jail cell, something like that. But once again, that's it, Roadblock. HBK responded to a tweet to Grayson Waller saying that he's going to be on the Grayson Waller effect next week, and we'll see what happens. Later in the show, Grayson Waller was like, "It's good that HBK said he was going to be on there. Let's see what HBK I get, and let's see how he acts. Because depending on how he acts, depending on how I'm going to act. So we'll see. Once again, next week at Road." Uh, Sol Ruka, Electra Lopez with Valentina Feroz. Uh, Electra's supposed to be showing Valentina the ways of how to get shit done and get some dubs. And her patented trademark has been hiding brass knucks in the turnbuckle pad. When she went for the brass knucks, Valentina had the knucks. Soul hits the slow snatcher. 1, 2, 3. Soul gets the W. Electra tries to beat up on Valentina. Valentina puts the knucks on. Electra's laid out in the ring. Uh, Gallus has a segment saying that that they got beat up by Pretty Deadly the week before, and that Wolfgang needs to get his killer edge back, and this and the third. So he pumps Wolfgang up. Wolfgang beats up some random dude in the bar, poor guy, and Pretty Deadly was like, "Yeah, we did what we did. We the rightful champs. We pretty deadly in this thing." And they was like, "How about this? We have a nice little conversation with Gallus next week about the whole tag team titles and things like that." So another segment for Roadblock. Gallus face off with Pretty Deadly. Uh, Katana Chance versus Tiffany Stratton. That stems from the fact that once again, the NXT parking lot proves to be the most dangerous place on Earth. Not Earth, Earth. Almost every month, somebody gets beat up in that parking lot. I mean, uh, uh, Nikita beat up, taken out. Tonight, it was Wendy Chu. So now it's the mystery of who's doing it. Tiffany Stratton was like, maybe it was y'all two, Katana and Caden. And they was like, maybe it was you. So it led to a match. Stratton versus Chance. Uh Towards the end, Alba Fire, Isla Dunn comes out, causes a distraction. Tiffany Stratton catches Katana, hits her with a oh my god, I can't remember the name of the move. But it led to her hitting her moonsault, her BME inspired moonsault. That's the best moonsault ever. Uh, so that was that. Axiom and Waller had a match. Well, not Waller, Walker. They have a match because I guess Walker kicked Axiom in the face when they were trying to go for the title opportunity with Wesley. So they took their frustrations out. Ultimately, Axiom gets the dub. You can see Axiom trying to celebrate, and you can see Scripps in the back, doing his little thing, and then Axiom goes over there to give some love to Walker, and then Scripps was gone, and then we get main event time: Carmelo Hayes, Tyler Bate. This was a match. This really could have been on the PLE. This actually would have been a great match when Carmelo was still North American champion, because this was a match. Like, they had some great action. Like, this definitely was a main event PLE worthy match. And kudos to both of those gentlemen that they put on the show with that match. Uh, Ultimately, it led to Carmelo getting that dub because now Carmelo, he said the roadblocks are done. I want that title, fam. It's time for me to get that title, fam. So, but yeah, that was NXT. It was kind of the go home esque show because with Roadblock being next week, let's run it down. You got the Creed Bros and Braun Breaker versus Indus Gigi Dolan, JC Jane, Meiko Satomura versus Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship. You got Dijak versus Tony D in I want to say it was a jail cell match. You're gonna have the Gallus Boys and Pretty Deadly with a face off. Uh, there was something else. Oh, Grayson Waller with the Waller effect with HBK. Um, Andre Chase versus Joe Gacy. I don't know if this is going to be on the show next week, but at some point we're going to get Ilya Dragunov and JD Madonna. And I have a feeling that there's going to be contested under some type of rules. I don't think that's going to be a normal match, but you're going to have that at some point. And I want to say that was everything listed for next week, unless I'm missing something. But I think that was everything is scheduled for next week for NXT Roadblock, which is their last theme show before Stand and Deliver on WrestleMania weekend. But yeah, that was NXT as a whole. I try to bring it to y'all in 15 minutes or less. But thank y'all for tuning in. Once again, I'm Len ScooterRay. Shout outs to Lip Dizzle, Jaeger Bombastic, Juggernaut097. Uh, like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Let us know what you think. Um, until then, until hopefully tomorrow, when I bring you that AE dub quick tag. Thank y'all for tuning in, and don't forget, good people, you got to tag out. Peace.